Welcome, Dr. James Beckett, Sports Card Insights. I am doing another box episode. I got a box of 2022 Goodwin Champions from Upper Deck. They're very diligent to send me occasional boxes, very generous. They are a sponsor, and I'm providing a service, but I always appreciate getting boxes from the companies that are sponsors, and I like to talk about them, obviously in a favorable way. I'm not trying to do a hatchet job on anybody. All the products, whether they're a great deal or a good deal, that's in the eye of the beholder, and some of these are demographically fine-tuned toward a person's collecting interest. So when I'm looking at it, opening up a box, I don't pretend to be typical. I try to look at it in a way that points out things in the way I see it, and a lot of people are buying this and they're enjoying it, and I'm just trying to ask questions of why somebody would enjoy one as opposed to another, because I really think you can't buy everything, so why would you pick this product? Thanks, Upper Deck is a sponsor for sure, but also Topps and Panini, who've also in the past sent stuff. And then Heritage Auctions, Huggins Scott Auctions, Mike Stadium Sports Cards, Burbank Sports Cards, ComC.com, and Beckett.com. Beckett Grading, Beckett Authentication. A multi-sport product. I think it's probably more than multi-sport because there's also some non-sport in there, but there's a real variety in there, and I like that. One of the things that's a benefit to me when I get this is it gives me a chance to kind of research and look up the products that are multifaceted like this. Because when I'm doing dollar boxes, some of the dollar boxes are grouped by sport, but many of them are it's just whatever's in there is in there. And when you're looking through it, if you're just going to write off anything that's not baseball or anything that's not the big 4 or 5 sports or 6 sports, whatever, if I put racing and soccer in there, actually there's the MMAs and the UFCs and these other, there's probably 7, but then golf, maybe that's 8. I don't know tennis, that's 9. At any rate, I'm saying you could see any and all of these things in Goodwin Champions, and that's been good. So it gives me an acquaintance so that when I am digging in the dollar box, I'm saying, hey, I've seen this before, or I know that this is the parallel of the insert or the more difficult color. So when I'm looking at the box here, it says 20 packs, 5 cards per pack, which is not true in a way that's not upsetting to me, and that is that I got packs with 1 card. I got a pack with 2 cards, and those actually were thicker or fatter than the packs with 5 cards. I got packs that had decoys, among other things, so it's just very interesting. So it wasn't just keep opening and getting 5 cards in every pack. In fact, I think I got 97 cards out of the box, and 5 of those were decoys. But I wasn't displeased about that. There's no mention of autographs. It does mention that you're promised 2 hits per box without saying what a hit is, but I interpret hit to be autographed or game used or something special, thicker, whatever. There's mention on the box that this is 14 plus years, and that's not how long the product. I think that's how old the person is suggested to be. Does that mean they're adult themes? It just seems like it's a more studious product when they have historical and archaeology and insects or these different things where I think if you're in first grade or second grade, maybe it wouldn't be intended for you. It'd be over your head. But be that as it may, if that's how it's marketed, I'm not sure people look at that when they're trying to decide a box. They've just heard it's interesting stuff in there. So I got my 2 hits, and I think, frankly, one of the hits came in one of the 1-card packs. It was just okay, what about breaking this product? Since it's multi-sport, you really can't break by team. You couldn't break by city. I saw one breaker that was just breaking by the first letter of the subject. But then they also mentioned that they were only going to be shipping, I think, just the hits, the serial numbered cards, and the inserts. So if you just have a base card, maybe that's just what they said. It doesn't seem like breaking would be a major factor of the distribution of this, but at least it is breakable. I just think it's not the same as a pure one sport product where you've got more flexibility in how you can break and how you can collect. I got 1 pack that was better than the others that had no hits in it. And it just suggested to me I had the 1-card pack, the 2-card pack, and the 1 pack that was better. It just suggests why I think sometimes dealers encourage collectors to open a box or open packs in front of them and maybe even on video. because there are certain packs that are better in the box. If you get the best pack, you can know if it's one of the hits. It's kind of like card counting in Las Vegas. If you know whether there's a lot of face cards or big numbered cards or low numbered cards left in the deck that haven't been revealed from the blackjack dealer, you know where the odds are more or less favorable. If you're seeing what's being opened so far, you'll know that if you get a case hit out of one box, then perhaps the other boxes in the case are not going to be as good. It doesn't seem fair. Like I said, everything I've done in the hobby is about trying to create a level playing field. Okay, I did get 5 decoys. What should I do with them? I've been using them as put them on the end of when I mail out a box. They can't be damaged. But I suppose I could autograph them, or I could draw something on them. It is, in effect, thick cardstock. I never really thought about that, but they're white cardstock. They look like a card. I could do some doodle on them. I don't know what I would do. I haven't really thought about that. Maybe people are doing that. I guess the base cards is an issue here. You've got Bryce Young, but a Bryce Young base card, I just think that's not the reason why you would collect this particular product, I don't think. You're not hunting for rookie cards. If you're a diehard Tiger collector, Tiger Woods, then this would be a product that has got some Tiger stuff since he's an Upper Deck spokesperson with an exclusive license. And these Goodwin playing cards were colorful. Again, Upper Deck puts out high quality products. I don't see the base cards being that imaginative, but something has to be the base card. These splash of color and tapping back into the Gaudy. Goodwin Champions is actually a more than 100-year-old brand anyway. I did see a card of Will Zalatoris, who's a local guy. I'm not going to put a base card into a BGS holder and put it up on my wall. I didn't get one, but if I'd gotten a good, that'd be an example of something I'd put on the wall. Having said that, there's not room on my wall for the Z's. So Zalatoris, I have an overflow. My wall gets up to about the T's, and the UVWXYZ, no X's, I think, but those letters go on an overflow area that's in the back of the room. So I've got to deal with that. So as I get my next BGS reveal, I'll need to take out some cards that are their placeholders for the better cards that I have at BGS. As they come in, I'll be adding and subtracting, and with the net effect of trying to shoehorn it into the size that I have. You'd think I have enough room, but I started out originally thinking my wall would have Hall of Famers from every sport. You can see that even 1,000 doesn't get it. There's 300 baseball, 300 football, 200 basketball, whatever, 200 hockey. You're up to 1,000 right there, and those numbers are not accurate, but you get my drift. There's Andre the Giant is in there, so he's Hall of Famer for wrestling. And Tiger, I've got a Tiger Woods rookie autographed, and it can't go on the wall because my wall stops at T in the thing. So again, the problem's not a problem that anybody's going to give me sympathy for, but it gives me a project. I love projects, and the project of fitting the appropriate cards into my wall so that when people come in, they can see something that's interesting to them. And in many cases, things they've never seen before. In other cases, just a card that's a good memory of a card that they could connect with as I did from childhood or some other transactions. At any rate, thanks everybody. Thanks Upper Deck, and keep up the good work with not just Goodwin Champions, but all the different hockey brands that you have. And I want Fanatics to do great. I want Panini to do great. I want Upper Deck to do great. And I want Leaf to do great. And each one of them has their own distinctives. But Upper Deck is doing it well, and I know the hockey collectors really appreciate it, as well as these other sets that are very creative, like Goodwin Champions. Thanks, and be back again tomorrow, or in 2 days. The man in the house of cards.